Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded a video, but there's not really an excuse. I've just been super lazy. I mean, 1, I've been busier at work. 2, I've just been lazy. 3, I've just been lazy. Just because it's like, it takes a lot because you gotta like set up the camera, set up the lights, fucking edit and do this and do that, and it's just, I'm just like, but I decided to sit down and film this video for you on how I smooth out my hair with a round brush and a blow dryer, because I have gotten some clients that have asked me how I did it. So yeah, if you guys want to know how I went from a frizzy hot mess to this somewhat smoothed out hair, then keep watching. So yes, this is my natural mane. This is pretty much how it gets when it air dries. I guess I do have some type of wave to it, but it's just very frizzy and dry. 1, my mom's hair is naturally frizzy. 2, I've lightened it one too many times, so that's another reason why. Just pretty much brush out this snappiness. So once you have all of your naps brushed out, you want to go in with some heat protectant. I'm using the what is this? Silk Infusion Reconstructing Complex Oil. There are many other heat protectant stuff. This is just one that I happened to pick up when I was at the store. I literally just use like that much, if you can tell. So anytime you're going to put any type of heat to it, I definitely recommend to use a heat protectant because it's just going to protect it from heat. And then I start from pretty much maybe like this. I do it in like, I think it's like 4 sections. So I start at the bottom and then I just clip this away and then I bring both pieces to the front. Whenever I do it on clients, obviously it's much easier than doing it on myself. And I've had clients ask me like, how do you blow dry it with like, because I use a round brush and a blow dryer. Now, I used to use a straightener and then I would curl it, but what I was noticing is that with the straightener, it flattened my hair way too much. So when I went to curl it the next day in the morning, it just wouldn't really hold. No, it was just too flat. It would hold, but it was just too flat. And I feel like with the round brush and the blow dryer, it doesn't flatten it out as much, so there's still kind of some volume to it. But yeah, so it's much easier for me to do it on a client rather than doing it on myself. But this is just the way that I do it on myself. That works for me, so hopefully it helps, because I've had clients ask me how I blow dry it at home. I'm using the Paul Mitchell Pro Tools Express Ion Dry Blow Dryer. I've literally had this since beauty school, so it's been like 5 years since I've had it. So just get a round brush. You can get a bigger one. The bigger the brush, the more hair you can grab. I don't know what size this is, but it's the Nanothermic Ceramic Plus Ion brush, and it is by Olivia Garden. I'm just going to take this section here. So I'm going to take the blow dryer in the right hand and the brush in the left hand. And I'll probably do a voiceover while I do this part, but I'm turning it on the highest. So there pretty much goes one side. Feels a lot smoother. And this is the frizzy, crazy part. And it's okay if there's like pieces that are not fully straight. I mean, you can go over it, but like for example here, I'm just gonna leave that because typically what I would do is I would shower at night, let it air dry for the most part, and then I would do this step, and then in the morning I would curl it, because I rarely ever wear my hair straight. So I don't mind if there's some type of like bend or curl, because I'm gonna end up curling it in the morning anyways. So pretty much just do the same thing as you did to this side onto this side. And there you have 2 smooth sides. You want to make sure that you are running it through the ends, because sometimes we forget about the ends, and that's what tends to look pretty bad, because the ends are the oldest part of the hair, so you want to make sure that you are incorporating those as well. For me, because I'm going to end up curling it in the morning, I'm just gonna leave, I like to leave it pretty smooth at the ends. But if you were to just want to have that blow dry feel and not really smooth at the ends, what you could do is basically take it, and then what you're gonna do is just kind of twist your hand and roll it around the brush. Roll it and then pretty much just bring it up here, and then you're just gonna twist your hand away from your face, and then that's what's gonna kind of create a curl. Kind of, not necessarily a curl, but kind of like a bend to your hair, and just let it be, and then towards the end you just want to run your fingers through it. But since I'm not going for that look, if my hair was longer I would totally do that, but it's kind of like at a medium weird length, so I'm just going to do this. And then clip away what you've already blow dried and move on to the next section. I'm going to take about this much. I don't have much hair, so I really don't need to do that many sections. But if you have more hair than I do, then you're probably going to have more sections. But I do the bottom, the middle, and then I'll show you the top, which is kind of the most important part. But pretty much, again, do the same thing as you did to the last, or to the first step. For this top part, which is the most important part, I'm going to do 2 sections, so kind of cut it in half. We're going to do this back part first, so just clip this away. Same concept, but this one is going to go forward. This one's a little bit trickier to do, but just practice. And in this case, since we were holding the blow dryer in our right hand, in our dominant hand, I'm gonna hold the brush in my right hand this time, and I'm gonna place it back here, get like a good grip, and then with my left hand, that's where I'm gonna come in and go forward. And again, don't forget about those ends. And by you going forward, you're over directing the hair this way, so when you pull it back, it's gonna give you some volume. So then once this is done, just clip it back here, and then move on to this section, and you're doing the same thing, going the same direction, holding the brush with your dominant hand, putting it back here, giving it a good snug, a good grip, and then blow dryer in this hand, and blow dry forward. And then you can unclip your hair, and then wherever you part, just kind of push it back. I typically start with the middle part, and then I just kind of figure it out. But you could see like all that volume just from over directing it forward. And whereas a straightener, I feel like there wouldn't be as much volume. If you want, for that front section, you could grab this section. If you want to kind of bevel your ends a little bit, so let's say you're here, you're blow drying, once you're kind of here, just bring it up, let it kind of cool right there for a minute, and then twist it, and then just kind of let it be. I mean, it's not going to do it right now because it's not hot anymore, but that's just going to kind of create more of like, see how this is swooping here? It'll create more of that swoop. And then especially if your bangs are a lot shorter, it'll definitely enhance that like layer in the front. That's how I pretty much smooth out my hair at nighttime before I straighten it. I mean, curl it in the morning. And I know it's not like freaking like pin straight or anything, but that's not my goal here. It's just to kind of defrizz, smooth it out, just to kind of prep it for when I'm going to curl it in the morning. At this point, I'll use this Moroccan oil treatment, and I just get a little bit, and I just like to focus that on the ends. So I just decided to swoop it to one side. So that's pretty much how I smooth out my hair with a blow dryer and round brush. So I really hope this video helps some of you guys that were wondering how I smooth out my hair with a round brush and blow dryer at home, because it is completely different if you've been in my chair, the way that I do it on you rather than the way that I do it on myself, because like I said, it's just a different concept, if you get what I'm saying. But I forgot to mention, if you are going to use a heat protectant product, whether it's a spray, an oil, or whatever it is, make sure it's just salon quality and it's not like a drugstore, meaning like Target, Walmart, all that other stuff, even Amazon, because those items can be altered or expired, and it's not really going to benefit your hair at that point. If you guys like this video, don't forget to show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. And if there's any other videos that you guys want me to do, please leave them down below and let me know your feedback. Let me know if you tried this technique and if it worked for you. And if it didn't, sorry, I tried. But yeah, I will check you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, motherfuck. Careful with the round brush, it's pretty fucking hot out there. Just burn the shit out of myself. And when you're here, roll it up and then do like a twist. I think that was scary. I really got stuck.